Grandma saying, "Here y'all go. It's a whole box of chicken. Here y'all go. This for the road." Man, that chicken didn't even survive. The car didn't even. The van didn't even turn on. And that chicken already done died again. And nothing but bones in there. She came back. She said, "Yeah, that was for the road. Now that chicken gone, man.
They make it down the street.
That chicken gone, boy.
You got 30 piece by the time you hit the freeway.
It was like a pack of wolves, boy. It was like the Hyenas on Lion King. We tore that shit up. Put that chicken in the center. It was over with.
Just Acting Up Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Joffrey. We up in this thing, man. Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, all that and more. Y'all, appreciate y'all for checking in. What's up, Chris? We got Chris in the building.
What's up? Feeling good, living good, looking good. You know, what's up, people?
Hey, man. Feeling good, looking good, man. What up, Mike? What's going on?
What's going on? Hey, who gets the memo on where we dress? Because I swear last week was blue, right?
Was it blue?
Now, I think it was blue. Now it's black.
With a little touch of red.
With a little touch, yeah.
You know my red right here. A bird. What color is this? I don't know, but man. That's when you know the chemistry is on point, man.
Exactly.
That's when you know, man. So, with all that being said, we got a great show for y'all. We're gonna talk a little bit about some DC EU news, man. We're gonna talk about the DC comic stuff, man. And of course, we're gonna talk about what's been going on with Elon Musk, what's been going on in the city of New York, all that. And we got a guest coming up. So y'all stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this show, we want y'all to do what? We need y'all to subscribe. Wow. Like button, like, share, comment.
Subscribe, it's free.
And it's much needed. Thank you.
We oblige you. We thank you. We appreciate you. Yeah, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like all the. We got some shorts out there, Chris. Did you upload some short videos as well, brother?
Yeah, the shorts. You know, they out there. You can find them on YouTube, Instagram, the Reels, TikTok.
And you don't stop.
Yeah.
TikTok, and you don't.
Make them go viral. You know what I'm saying? Make them go viral. Not viral. Yeah. Viral sound.
I like that right there.
I don't want to get
man.
I want to make it popular.
Wow. Oh man, so let's go ahead and look into this news. Sad to say that this happened over the past couple of days. So breaking news: multiple people shot at the Brooklyn subway station. Explosives reportedly found on the scene. We saw videos of it. Horrible scene. You hate to see things like this happen as you go about your day. You trying to get to work, or you trying to just go visit, or people just going to New York to visit the scenery. Shout out to my sister; she out there right now. That's and in the good in the Big Apple, having a good good time. But besides that, you hate seeing stuff like this, waking up seeing stuff like this. So
yeah, I was just wanted to see that the suspect was a black man as well. I was like, God, dog. When they said they didn't catch him, I was like, God, dog.
Yeah. I went to sleep and I saw the news, and then I'm like, okay, let me wake back up. I'm thankful that no one got hurt. And then when I found out that he was black and he was like 65 or 67 or something, I'm like, man, what your old ass doing?
Well, I think some people got shot, but I don't think nobody died.
No, nobody got out. I think it was like 10 people that got shot, and they said bomb, but then my wife said grenade, and then it just showed a lot of. It was a smoke bomb. So
I'm trying to see how he got away, because he wasn't no little dude either.
And he's 65.
65.
Yeah.
That man slow roll. And now I'm What'd you say, Chris?
So he might have had a death wish or something like that. I was like, I'm going out, with a bang type deal,
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. There were several reports saying that he could have killed more, but his gun jammed.
Oh,
Well, he could have shot more, but his gun jammed. And then 5 tipsters, they gonna split the reward because they called in $50,000 reward. So
And you never know. Mental illness is real as well.
yeah, man.
But you never know what makes somebody snap up here.
Yeah.
I want him to get the help that he needs mentally. If that's the case, and just I wish it didn't happen. But it is what it is now. So
You're right about that, man. So yeah, I hope he does. Hope he really does. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this other news, and you'll see why I'm looking at this. Like, hey, man. So 2 things just broke this past week. Over here, well, on the other side, and we'll come back here, wrap around, come back here to Texas. California is working on trying to pass a 4-day week mandate. This bill, the article goes on to say that this bill would change the definition of a work week from the current 40 hours to 32 hours for companies with more than 500 employees. In California, yay.
Well, California, they trying to do whatever they got to do, I guess. But actually in Texas, I think Jasper County.
That's why. Yeah. That's why
a school district out there is trying out a 4-day work week for teachers as well.
Yeah.
So that may be a thing to take fire. You know what I mean? Rethinking what we call a weekend.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
My only question is that pay gonna stay?
hey.
If that
That's
pay
a good question. That's a great question.
That's what I was thinking too. That's why I was going with it. Is that pay gonna remain the same, or how y'all gonna do that? Because it's gonna take some time to get that squared away to see how they're gonna do it, because it's just that. I mean, looking from the articles, it's saying that short of teachers, and of course, like this whole pandemic just changed everything. People are tired and fed up.
And it's also are they gonna switch to like longer work days, like 10-hour days? You know what I'm saying? That's another thing, like 10-hour days, and then 3-day weekend.
Yeah, something gotta compensate for something. So if you're doing like 4 work days off, then you're gonna have longer hours, because I know someone that can do that. They be out for 4 days, but they working 12 hours for the rest of the days, because something has to compensate with something.
Yeah. Some people call it, was it? I think it was 410s. I think some security jobs do it. And be off 3 days or whatever.
Like that song says, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something.
Well, it might be right for you, might not be right for some.
Yeah.
Nothing for nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm good with my 2 days off. I'm good with my 2 days off. We leave whenever we finish, type of deal, because I'm good. Man. I'm straight.
Yeah,
man, I just want to be able to be in my profession as an actor, writer, director, creator, and not have to work this anymore. That's just me personally. I'm done. I'm tired, man. I'm thankful and grateful, but I'm tired, bro.
Yeah. But like I want, it's a warning before the storm, because the one thing about it, when you work at these jobs, you on the schedule. Like you work this time, that time, you off. But when you on your own, there's no days off.
Man,
there's no days off. So
straight
it's like,
up.
if you working hard now, you trying to accomplish your goal. It's like God is preparing you for what is coming up ahead. So
that is true.
Hallelujah.
The more you know. Oh man, so let's get into this more news. Elon Musk, that boy sent the creator of Twitter Was it Twitter? I think it was Twitter.
Yeah,
it was Twitter.
Yeah, he said he trying to buy Twitter. That boy Elon Musk is trying to take over everything, man.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people. There's some people that don't want him to take it over just because he's like he would want to reactivate Donald Trump's, because he's big on letting the platform be a platform. Like he would want Donald Trump to have his Twitter back and be able to post again and this and that and the other. And so some people like, but then again, it's Elon Musk. It's hard to turn down 43 billion.
Hey.
Yeah, hey man, it definitely is.
He be like, yeah, I said it's a no. How much?
Huh?
Hold on, let me talk about
it. Yeah. So that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen, regardless. If it doesn't, I don't know what to say.
I don't even know how much is Twitter making right now. Without, that is true. How much money does he pull in right now?
That is true. Yeah, man. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. See what happens. And in the news to wrap this segment up. Don't forget that the NFL draft is coming soon, real soon, later on this month. We got a couple more weeks left in this month, and it's over. And
we got draft picks. Oh, go ahead.
What's up doing your semi over there?
Man. Number 3 and number 13. Talk to me.
And also the NBA playoffs. Yeah, so it's kicking off actually. Yeah, kicking off right now. And so looking forward to the NBA playoffs. But before we get into that, I'm laughing wholeheartedly at, I don't know if y'all saw it, Patrick Beverly and the Timberwolves.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
Oh man.
Hey man, you gotta celebrate.
It's like you gotta celebrate. Because what team he's on?
He's for the Timberwolves. I honestly, I was laughing my ass off, especially with the reactions of Charles Barkley and all those guys up there. But then that's when they brought the background. He used to play for the Clippers, of course, and the Clippers, they cut him because he was too old, and he said it, on the press conference and everything. But hey man, that's Patrick. That's how he is. That's how he is. Surprisingly, he went to my son. My son went to his camp, and he was energized at the camp. So it's like that's him 24 hours, 365. Like there's no change in him, And in the NBA, they fined him too because he was cussing. I send their asses home. I send their ass home. And the NFL, I'm not NFL. NBA just was like, no. That's too much.
Gotta celebrate the small victories. They may not get out the next round, but
hey,
for him that was a championship moment.
Hey, for the whole Minnesota it was, because when was the last
relevant in the playoffs since what? Kevin Garnett.
No, they was in the playoffs a couple years ago when Jimmy Butler was there.
No, but relevant. Nobody cared when it was. Nobody cared they was in the playoffs since Kevin Garnett.
Relevant.
Yeah,
because they was, I think, with Carl Anthony Thompson, with Cat, first round, they was a first round and done. So hey man, turn up Minnesota. They was on.
They probably had Prince going in the locker room. And all singing Purple Rain and all that. They was lit.
Minnesota was on one. They was turned up. But yeah, man, congratulations to them. But it's celebrated how it is now because, man, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they play in Boston. Yeah,
they playing Memphis because they
that's right. They playing Memphis. Oh yeah, well, hey man,
Ja Morant. So we'll see, because that's a young team over there. So I'm intrigued by it. I want to see what happens.
Bro, that Memphis team is tough.
Yeah, I want to see.
But bring that same energy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, bring that same energy. Oh yeah, for sure. Bring that same energy. Yeah.
There's a reason why I'll say I use this player. This is a reason why RP Kobe Bryant, while he didn't get overly excited when he scored, or once he got start really finding himself, he'll be focused. He'll do the fist. He'll keep on running and get back on defense or score. Keep it going. He's focused. He's locked in. So yeah, man, you celebrate afterwards, bro. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes down, man. So,
yeah. I know who's the team I want to see come out the West.
Phoenix Suns, Chris Paul.
Likewise.
Yeah, Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
Yeah,
Chris Paul.
Run them or the Rockets. I want to see.
But I'm not gonna lie, the Western Conference championship game got to be Memphis and the Suns. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I hope they do if they do see each other. But bro, that Memphis team is serious.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot. They don't even have stars, but they got productive. They got John Moran, of course, and Steve Adams, but they have productive players. Like they got people. Like that's how the basketball team is supposed to be built.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like they number one in shooting threes, I think, and then they number two in defending threes. Like they good on both ends.
Yeah, man.
Looking at the bracket, the way the bracket's set up, looks like let me see, Phoenix got the Pelicans first.
Okay.
They got the Pelicans first, and if they win that one, they're gonna play either Dallas or Utah. So they could possibly see Memphis in the conference because Memphis is in the bottom half, where if Memphis beat Minnesota, then they're either looking at Golden State or Denver. So Golden State is going to probably be that test for them. If they can get past Golden State and Phoenix advance through their bracket, then they'll meet in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Okay.
We shall see. And the Pelicans beat the Clippers last night.
Well,
so yeah, I think New
Clippers
Orleans
always do what the Clippers do.
Yeah, so bye Clippers. Send their ass back to LA or something.
Even when they was good when they had that Chris Paul there, like it's like Clippers always gonna do what the Clippers do.
Man, straight up, man.
Yeah,
that's tough. It's like Clippers is like the Lakers' little brother that just can't never get right.
That just won't shut the hell. Sit. What? Hey. That's the Clippers. They just will not go away. And they showed Zion dunking. Like that was so funny. The NBA just would not. They would not let up on Zion. They like this dude is out there because he is very he's out of shape. Zion Williamson, he is out of shape big time.
Yeah, let's say the Pelicans said that his leg is not 100% healthy, and then you see him dunking and doing 360 dunks and all that stuff. I'm like,
go sit down.
That boy got some weight on him, man. What goes up must come down, and
all that jump and catch up to you eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you have all that weight,
and especially no shade towards New Orleans.
Oh, speak on it.
But like Mike said, man, we all agree. No shade towards y'all, but y'all food is too doggone delicious.
There ain't no shade. That's a compliment with them.
That's a compliment. I'm saying for the athletes.
Gumbo?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the
catfish?
I
just want a snack. What's for snack? A shrimp po' boy. A shrimp po' boy for a snack.
Pralines.
Yeah, pralines. Yeah. Oh no,
the
man.
Big yays and all that. See, and it's no shade. I'm just saying, like, there's gonna be. I'm saying it's gonna be shade. It's hard to lose weight when you're over there in down in New Orleans, man. I'm just saying, man.
Every corner in that city got a po' boy shop. I swear to God.
It does. Po' boys on there, po' boys in that city like a McDonald's on every corner.
On every corner and a daiquiri spot. So it was one gas station that was even selling live crawfish. I said, "Ain't this about a?" It's a gas station.
They got the boudin on there.
Yeah, they got boudin at the gas. like at our gas stations, we have a McDonald's or a Jack in the or Burger King, right? They have a po' boy shop in the gas station. I'm like, God, dog, come on.
Oh man, and I'm telling you, man, like it's a boudin. I forgot where it's at exactly, but on your way out, I think it was a bridge or something, and there was a boudin spot, and like cars wrapped around it. And me and the other person was in the car, like, man, this boudin better be worth it. So I had to get out the car and wait in line. The line was long outside, the line is long inside. Finally, we got the boudin, and I said, man, look, if we didn't have to get back home quickly, I would not mind going back in that line to get another slap. Like
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to, and I don't think it's just New Orleans. I think it's the whole state. Cause we was in Opelousas and they was the same way.
Opelousas, boy.
Good Lord have mercy. I remember like the story with that chicken. That was something incredible.
What she say again, Mike?
Grandma saying, here y'all go. It's a whole box of chicken. Here y'all go. This for the road. Man, that chicken didn't even survive. The car didn't even, the van didn't even turn on. And that chicken already done died again. And nothing but bones in there. She came back. She said, yeah, that was for the road. Now that chicken gone, man.
He make it down the street.
That chicken gone, boy.
You got a piece by the time you hit the freeway.
It was like a pack of wolves, boy. It was like the Hihanas on Lion King. We tore that shit up. They put that chicken in the center. It was over with.
Got dog hurricanes, all that stuff. That boy Mike said, here you go. I want to give you a little snack for the road. Yeah.
He said, here's a box of chicken, y'all, for the road. Man, we tore that chicken up, man.
It's your birthright. If you're from Louisiana, it's your birthright to know how to cook.
Yeah, man. Tell Zion to get up out of there. I'm sorry.
We sorry. We just Zion got to go. Zion got to leave.
Y'all got to get him on some fasting or something like that. Something.
Send him to Portland or something.
He come to California. He'll be skinny in 2 weeks, you know.
Oh yeah, send him to California. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into some news about the DC Universe. Movies is coming out soon. Stay locked in to go into stumble right there. My bad. The Critics Corner. Y'all know what it is. Just Acting Up Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Critics Corner, and if you want to go into a more detailed analysis of breaking news, go to Joffy's VIP room. I said VIP room. No, it's the VIP room. Don't know the title about the show? That's the VIP. Yeah, so there was no show this past week, but there will be more content coming in soon. We've been busy, y'all, doing auditions, doing everything else on the Just Acting Up show, so y'all bear with me, but we're going to get back to Joffy's VIP room. So, yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get this out the way because Mike had me cracking up with this. The baby, y'all just need to leave this man alone, man. Just leave him alone.
Just leave him alone.
Leave the man alone. He says it in his songs. He is one of the very few. I'm not saying all rappers do it, but he is one of the very few rappers that will handle business on site. When I say on site, on site. And you know I'm serious. When black people start clapping their hands, I promise you, boo, that
it's so funny because it's like it's not provoked by him. It's like they come. He's in the bowling alley, and here you come with all that, and then they go and fight. Like, bro, like leave the baby alone, man.
He got a body on him, don't he?
Yeah, he got a body on him, but it's just like I don't know what it is when people look at you like, oh, you a tough guy. I have to find out. Well, why would you want to go find out? If the pot is hot, then don't touch it. It's hot. Leave that man alone. Like, you gotta leave certain people alone. I don't know why they stay messing with the baby. So this man just decided to wander on the baby's property on the football field. He has a football field on his property. He goes walking. And like, baby won't shoot you. And I know the baby probably get tired. Like, damn.
He already killed somebody, so
here I go. Got to deal with this shit. All right, now I'm gonna have to shoot your ass.
I'm not trying to laugh, but God dog it. Leave this man alone, man. The boy's on other end of the phone with the 911 dispatcher, and he shot him. Like, it's like you trespassing. You advertise for this. This is what you want. This is what you want. You that big of a fan, or you want to see. If I see a tiger sitting over there, a full-grown tiger, I'm not messing with it. I don't care if it's behind a cage or not. Hey, all right, I see it right there.
I know y'all seen that snowfall episode. He could have fed him to the tiger.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, I saw that episode.
Yeah.
But some people can just need leave well enough. Just leave well enough alone. That's just not go for the baby. That's for everybody. Like, why are you on other people's property? You are subject to whatever happens to you. Happens to you.
I'm telling you right now.
Matter.
Once we make it, my place will be gated, and it'll no. Okay. There go James, Joffrey, on Mike and Chris and all them. Yeah, hey, can we come in? No. You sure we can't come?
No.
I said no.
Stay off of people's property, man. Stay off of people's property. And I liked that post that he posted with the paid in full. Everybody gets shot every day, B. Niggas get shot every day, B. You be all right, you tough, huh? And then in the caption, he was like, I spared the man's life the other day. He didn't deserve to die. I'm living righteous. Just don't bring your ass back.
Yeah. Hey, man.
He could have easily.
Yeah.
He could have.
He could have.
He could have easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man showed you some. You getting shot by him. He showed you some grace. So yeah.
And I can totally understand that. You just because that's a lot to deal with personally with yourself. He's already so it's a lot mentally that you have to deal with. Gucci Man addressed that with his situation years ago. So it's not like you could just recover from that because you have to address that within yourself also. Nobody got time for that. Leave people alone, man. It feels like 2020. It's just been on with people. Leave people alone. Leave people catalytic converters alone. Leave people cars alone. Leave people property alone. Stop.
Please stop.
Y'all are really giving y'all family something to do on Saturday morning. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm. Straight up, man. I know somebody else who should have left something else alone. Miss Hernandez, that goes by the first name Jocelyn, last name Hernandez, is sued for a good $25 million for allegedly beating up dancers on a reality show. Look at man.
Yeah.
Say man.
I never did like her personality. As far as I don't know if that's a persona catching up to her, but and I never watched her show because it looks like it's just mess on mess, and she just bullying people. Because she bullying people that want to get put on, and she gets she talk to these people any kind of way. As a grown person, you ain't gonna just talk to me any kind of way.
No.
And people, it's amazing what people will do for fame, what they'll put up with. And somebody finally said no.
Straight up.
And then she told on herself. But the judge will be like, oh, well.
You incriminated yourself.
Well, this is an open and shut case.
She posted the boots that she kicked the girl in. Was beating them up in, talking about this Gucci gang, laughing emoji. I'm like, and then talking about, that's why you can't sue nobody on reality TV. Says who?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you
Somebody
can.
sold her that lie a long time ago.
Somebody must have told you. Don't believe it.
Hip hop producers must have told her, like, no, you do all the fighting you want. They was wanting ratings at the time from you.
Mm-hmm.
They make money off you for doing it.
Okay. Yeah. They're gonna find out loopholes, and they're gonna find out. I'll tell you what else was funny. Since we talking about court, the good old Honorable Judge Mathis.
Ma'am. You look like a crackhead, man.
Now, this is going viral, man. The joy this man got from saying, I knew you was one. I can smell it on you. You're a crackhead.
No, man.
Yeah, Judge Mathis. One of these days, somebody gonna try to Will Smith Judge Mathis. He just got one too many crackhead jokes and it's over. I see it coming. I'm telling you right now. Then Judge Mathis is gonna retire.
And well, coming from Judge Mathis will tell you that he's a veteran because he came from the streets. He'll let you know. Judge Mathis. The things Judge Mathis will let you know right off the bat is that he came from the streets of Detroit. He did hard time, and somebody is a crackhead. Those are the three main things he'll let you know.
You can't fool him.
No,
can't fool me, ma'am. Can't fool me.
You're a crackhead, ma'am.
I can smell it on you. Not just once, well, maybe just I knew I smell it on.
Every now and then he get lucky and get one in there. Like you say, you be wrong about 20 people. Well, just one person come in. See, I know it.
Everybody crackhead in his eyes.
Now, who's worse, Judge Joe Brown or Judge Mathis?
What's it? Joe Brown,
bro, that's tough, bro.
Because Joe Brown, since he got off TV, he just got worse.
Joe Brown,
he been cutting up since he been off TV.
What a judge, boy.
I didn't know that Judge Joe Brown was built like that until he got off of TV.
When he said that Cosby line, that took me out. I was like, oh, okay, he out here wild.
Boy.
He said, for those that don't know, he said Judge Joe Brown, not Chris, but Judge Joe Brown said that the Cosby women, they the ones that they knew what they was getting into when they went to those parties back in the day. Yeah, they know that this goes on and that goes on. They know what they was trying
to do. Judge Joe Brown is on something different.
Boy, these judges, boy, they on one. You couldn't have us as judges, boy. That would be the wrong thing for us. Speaking of judge, jury, and executioners, Riri fans, Rihanna, they're about to come out ASAP Rocky, boy. Still rumors going on saying
allegedly.
That he did.
Allegedly.
But it was all rumors. They alleged him cheating on her with her Fenty designer or something.
The footwear designer of Fenty.
Yeah, and she came out, released a statement, and they probably laughing because they in Barbados chilling, Rihanna and ASAP. So they're like, what is it? But people always try to drum up controversy.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna address itself because maybe it's true or maybe it's not. Because I didn't believe that Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. That was rumors for years until Beyonce came out with Lemonade, and it was like, wow.
It's already been dispelled. Like it wasn't that true at all.
What? It wasn't true that Beyonce that Jay-Z?
No, I'm talking about the ASAP and Rihanna thing.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
No, that Jay-Z thing happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like that Jay-Z thing happened. It's like, how you cheat on Beyonce? God damn.
Yeah. The Rihanna thing had already been killed. Like it wasn't true. It was all false.
I wouldn't cheat on Beyonce. I'm good. Us here at the Just Acting Up show, we are the three black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
I feel like ASAP was on some Common stuff. Like what's that song, Love of My Life? Remember that part? They was together, they broke up. But back, he had to swear. Okay, now I know the words.
Yeah, hey man, I'm just saying, like I can't. Me personally, I just can't cheat. I don't have it in me. I can't do it. I don't got time for it. Cheating increases your risk of heart attack and stroke. And then on top of that,
where you got that from? Where did you get that? What doctor association did you get that from?
Men's Health Magazine. I'm just dropping Men's Health Magazine.
Men's Health Magazine said that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find that article.
Yeah, I don't got time. I mean, hey man, I'm just saying, man. If that don't tickle your fancy, there are movies that's been out about what was it, a thin line, but he ain't really cheated. He was just messing. No.
You know what? You ain't got to reference the movie. You ain't got to reference the magazine. From the book of Johnny Taylor, and I quote, "It's people to keep her."
Hey,
speak on it.
Or Al Green messing around, got them hot grits thrown on.
and back to old Reverend Johnny Taylor. what's that famous line that he said? Everything is out in the open. So yeah, that too. And it's getting kind of hard to hold my lies.
Mhm.
You know, my woman ain't no fool. She can
Man,
smell your perfume.
I can smell it on you. You're a crackhead, ma'am.
I can't. You know what? I can never be a chick. I can't. I'm not a good liar, so I can't. I can't do it. I'm not a good liar.
Okay, I ain't got time for it, man.
I ain't got the
I
time.
really don't.
I don't need that kind of stress.
Nah,
I
Crazy
just
over one
spirit,
right now.
spirit.
So you got the stage over there.
I don't got time for it. I'm ladies and gentlemen right now. You ain't ever got accusing me of cheating. I don't got time for it, man. He
Nah.
cheating. No, I don't got time for it.
But
In other news, some superhero news. So they recently let go Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman director. She has been relieved of her duties. But WB, this article right here is saying WB is searching for DC's own Kevin Feige figure. We all know who Kevin Feige is. He's the one who is the great name that is constructing some of these things along with other directors and everyone to make Marvel run like a well-oiled machine. Dopeness, love it. What they've been doing over this plus years, been taking us on a roller coaster with these superhero films. So they got the bag, they got the chemistry, they got everything. So DC is saying, from this article is saying, per Variety, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav wants to overhaul the company's approach to the DC library. Part of this involved looking for creative and strategic Kazar, hope I pronounced that word right, akin to Fagan. The outlet goes on to note that Zaslav appears to be prioritizing finding someone who can keep all of the different factions at DC working more harmoniously. I can't believe I said that correctly. Harmoniously, as opposed to creative guru. So I'm looking at it like, y'all had Zack Snyder, who seemed to found the formula to it, which I don't know why y'all did not want to give that man the keys to it.
I don't know. I heard that Zach is not doing Justice League 3. And that kind of sucks because the Snyder cuts, it was like 3 times, 4 times, 10 times better than the actual Justice League. So I say all that to say this. They need to have Zack Snyder in the upper echelon of DC. Like, he needs to be the Kevin Feige. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because he has the formula. He has it. He knows it. It stays in the lane. I always say a DC lane is rated R, almost close to it, if not to it. Mm-hmm. You're not PG-13 because Marvel got a lot of PG-13 characters over there on that side.
Yeah,
they really honestly do. So they can pull that off. Mm-hmm. But DC, they have that. Although you can pull the PG-13, but it can be dark. It's like Batman. So I say all that to say this: Zack Snyder will be the guy that you're looking for the job. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they do. It's like they just go all the way around the answer right there.
I don't understand why. I mean, they do have some shows on there and everything. Like they have their shows, which is good. Some of them are good. Some of them you like, I can deal with that, deal without that or not. But I don't know why they just didn't want to go the route with Zack Snyder. So yeah, hopefully they figure it out. I mean, they still got Aquaman, and you know what did it? Ezra Miller, the Flash, did it. He was the straw that broke the camel's back. They said, there's always one.
Hey, you know what? You go. DC is like the Cowboys. Jared Jones have his moment where he's fed up and everybody got to go.
That boy said, you out there in Hawaii? Okay. You out there at Hawaii. I'm still trying to get over that. And then of course with the Flash, the series they're talking about that the Flash will end next season, the one on CW.
Really?
Yeah, they've been talking about that. They like the guy who played as what's his name that played as Joe on the Flash is leaving after this season, and I think so. Maybe he'll do a cameo appearance next season or not. We don't know,
Yeah.
but they're going to be in.
No, I say we'll see, because every season they've been, the last 3 seasons has been rumored that they're gonna end it, and then they come back for one more season.
Hey,
okay, we're gonna end it now. Yeah.
Go ahead and end it. Let these people do what they need to do and just finish it off. So we'll keep our eye out on that. So yeah, it's gonna be coming. So other quick news, get ready for Doctor Strange. The last trailer just dropped. We're looking forward to that. May, my birthday weekend. May 4th is my birthday. So hey, so they're saying that they're not going to show any screenings just yet. I think May 2nd is when they'll show the screening for it finally. So they won't let the rumors out or whatever is going to happen in this film. And the Jurassic World Dominion trailer, final trailer just dropped, I believe, or will be dropping. It's coming out in June, I believe. So yeah, man.
Stranger Things dropped the trailer too. I haven't seen it. But by the way, the way how my shift feels, because I work nights, I will be calling in on May 6th. May 5th or May 6th coming out? I'm calling in for sure. Because they're going right back. Because by the way, I went to go see Ambulance, right? Now, Ambulance is a good movie, but I forgot how dramatic Michael Bay is when it comes down to every scene. Every scene is just so dramatic. It's like dramatic. When someone's drinking water, it's but it's a real good movie. It's a good movie. It's better than the ones that had came out. I think it's a push to get all of these, okayish but good movies out before Doctor Strange come and just basically take over May. But yes, yeah. So Ambulance is a good movie. It's a must check out. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all stay locked into the Just Acting Up show. We got a special guest that's gonna talk about some money. Get your money right, man. La 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 la. Wait till you ain't gotta wait till you get your money right. Just go ahead. Be joining us. Stay locked in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Just Acting Up show has a special guest. This is going to be a special interview, and I know y'all going to enjoy it. Very informative. But first, before we get in that, we got to clap it in and applaud this queen for joining us. Danyell Davis. Thank you. Good morning to you.
Good morning to all. Glad to be here.
Yes, indeed. So, first and foremost, thank you again for joining us. I know it was early in the morning, bright and early like the orange juice. And we're just so appreciative of you joining us and coming by and sharing your expertise and just giving information. So I'm going to give you the floor. Introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Absolutely. So once again, thank you all for having me on the Just Acting Up podcast. That's your new favorite podcast. You might not know it yet, but it is. I'm glad to be here. My name is Danyell Davis, and I am a licensed financial professional and a financial literacy coach. And as such, I am part of the National Financial Literacy Campaign, where our goal is to educate 30 million North Americans between now and the year 2030. So without further ado, it brings me great honor and pleasure to be able to educate you today financially and tell you a little bit more about myself and tell you a little bit more about the campaign.
Cool.
Financial literacy is such important, and being that it is Financial Literacy Month, right? Am I right?
You got it right. Absolutely. April is National Financial Literacy Awareness Month. So how fitting that you all would have me on the podcast this month. Absolutely.
Right, and it's something that goes across no matter what industry you're in, no matter what area you work in. Everybody needs help with finances. And so we definitely wanted to have you on to kind of help people get their money right. We'll get back to that later. So tell us, just kind of tell us what is the National Financial Literacy Campaign that's going on right now?
Absolutely. So let's first touch on what financial literacy is, right? People hear this term and sometimes they're like, what does that mean? So really when we're talking about financial literacy is making sure that you understand the basic concepts of how money works. That's what we're talking about when we say financial literacy, having a basic understanding of how money works so that you can then be empowered to make sound financial decisions for yourself and for your family. Okay. And so that's really what the financial literacy campaign is based upon. We want to make sure that everyone that wants to be is educated financially. And so that's really at the root of the financial literacy campaign. Our goal is to educate individuals, families, business owners, and anyone that wants to be financially educated. We want to eliminate barriers historically in financial services, if I can be honest and real with you all. African Americans, people of color, and women have been discriminated against. So I'm proud to be here today as a woman of color, and standing in the gap and really trying to eliminate, the barriers for minorities and women. I care about the financial literacy of all people. But as I mentioned earlier, since, there's been a disproportionate amount of African Americans and people of color that have been privy to this information, there's all the more need to make sure that we're reaching out to all people. And I'm very inclusive, and this National Financial Literacy Campaign is really geared towards people from all different backgrounds. It doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your socioeconomic status, it doesn't matter your race, or even, what your gender preference is. Our goal is to make sure that people are getting educated financially. And definitely there's a big push for this, really 365 days a year, but there's even more of a push for this during April, which is Financial Literacy Awareness Month. And, basically wanted to give you a little bit of an understanding of what the climate is right now in America and why there is such a pressing need for this financial literacy campaign. I want to quote just a few statistics from what we consider to be our manual. It's called the Saving Your Future book. And, these will be some real quick and dirty statistics, but just to give you an idea of what the climate is like right now in America, 33% or more than 77 million Americans do not pay their bills on time. Maybe you know someone like that. 39% carry credit card debt from month to month, and only 59% say they have any savings at all. Now, what's worse is half think it's acceptable to default on their mortgage if they can't afford to pay it. They simply walk away from it, and they don't recognize what the long-term effects is going to be on their credit. So it's those kinds of situations that cut across, all races and religions in America right now. And that's kind of where we're at in terms of, the financial climate. And that's why there is such a great need for our financial literacy campaign.
That's beautiful that you all are doing that and sharing that, because you know how it was when we were all kids. We all, if we were fortunate for parents to say, hey, look, you need to learn how to save this money and save that. Because my people, I love my family, love my mom and my dad, but they're like, yeah, go to school or go do this. No, you just go get in school and get a good job and you be all right. Like, no, right. I need you to step by step, because this right here is not all, don't know everything. So I love that y'all doing that.
Absolutely. And to your point, I think as most parents, I think our parents are well-intentioned, but they can't give you what they didn't have. Right. And see, another reason, you can't teach what you don't know. Right. Mm-hmm. And I think, even coming from my background, my parents had genuine, concern for me. They wanted me to do well. They wanted me to be well, but they weren't taught financially. And if I can take it back at even further, a generation beyond them, they weren't taught financially. So now we have 2 or 3 or 4 or more generations of people that were not taught really the basic financial concepts that you need to leave a legacy. And kind of, as we've talked about offline, I am a Christian, but I'm not a Bible beater. But the Bible does say that a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. We're not even doing it for ourselves. Yeah. And the reason we're not doing it is, number one, we're not educated, right? But again, as I mentioned earlier, if if you weren't educated financially, if your parents weren't educated financially, if their parents weren't educated financially, how are we going to create that legacy that the Bible tells us that we can? And so my answer to that question is we've got to start with the education. We've got to start with understanding these concepts, and then we'll be empowered to leave that multi-generational legacy of wealth.
What is the disconnect with our community when it comes down to being financially free? Because to me, personally, we figure out things as we go. And like you say, when this one person is going through it, we ask them. It's like we walk around the answers, that when the answers could be just right there in our face. It's some of a disconnect, because I know I was dealing with a lot with my mom growing up with financials, and I inherited her traits by accident, you know.
Right.
And I was like, wait a minute, that's some things that she used to do. Let me not do that.
Got it. Absolutely. So I think you're onto something. I think there's a lot of different factors that are causing this disconnect. One, as we just mentioned, our parents and their parents maybe not having that information. But I like to keep it real. I also do think that it's systemic racism. If you deprive the people of this information, you can hold the people down. Right? Because I got to give you a little bit of my background. So prior to me being a licensed financial professional and a financial literacy coach, I'm also certified as a school principal, teacher, and assistant speech therapist. So one thing I do know well is the ins and outs of our educational system. And while there's a lot that we do well for students, one area that we've been failing them consistently in is in the area of financial literacy. Okay. We're teaching our students how to do trigonometry, geometry, calculus, but we're not giving them the basic fundamental skills that they need, which is financial literacy, to be successful no matter what their career path is. So that's one way that I feel that there's this disconnect, because people are not getting educated at home about finance, and then they're not getting educated through our educational system about finance, which means the system is failing them, right? And so again, that can actually become systemic racism, institutionalized racism, because the very institution that is supposed to be educating our students is withholding this information from them. And so, like I said, I want to level the playing field. I definitely want to do away with the wealth gap. And part of that is making sure that this education is available to all people, no matter what side of the tracks you were born on.
I agree. I know me and my friend was talking the other day about just like, if we knew now back then when we were younger, it's just stuff wasn't afforded to us because of where we live, like you said, it needs to be more of that in the schools. Because usually how much trigonometry do we use in our day to day,
Right.
Yeah, right.
2 tanks of gas with XY times squared plus 10, like.
Exactly. And again, maybe if you're going to become an engineer or something like that, that'll be perfect for you, right? But if that's not going to be your pathway in life, then hey, everybody needs to have financial literacy. Everybody needs to understand financial concepts. And so that is why I really believe that we've got to make sure that financial literacy needs to become a mandatory part of our curriculum. And I can tell you right now, in most states in the US, it is not a mandatory part of the curriculum. It's not a mandatory part of the curriculum in Texas. And so, not to be political, I don't tell you which way to vote or who to vote for. That's your choice.
Right.
Do what you feel led to do, but also think about it. If we want to affect change at the level of our schools, we've got to make sure that we have people in office who care about financial literacy for all and who want to make sure that this education becomes a mandatory part of our curriculum.
It is very important for us to start doing it within ourselves, because when you get someone in office, they don't hold sometimes, not all the time, but they don't hold the promises that they once said before they got into office.
Okay.
Now that they're in office, it's very slow feet on the process. So I think it's important for us as a family, as a community, that we have to educate ourselves. And I think it's getting better now, because it's like you're getting aware, because there's a lot of things that I'm learning, like, what? You could do that? What? You could do this? You could do that? And then I'm passing it on to, like, I had a conversation with my mom the other day about her equity, and she was Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that's right. I didn't know that, And so, same thing with my wife. I'm educating her about the importance of credit.
I think as a people and as a community, not only have we been deprived of this information, and it's been intentional, but we've also we've become to the point where we don't want to take the Band-Aid off. And to me, sometimes, and so we've been taught, well, I'm struggling, but I'm gonna struggle in silence. I'm gonna struggle on my own. And that's a way to approach the situation, but it may not be the most efficient way to approach the situation. I just read you some statistics, and so we know that people are hurting financially. And so I think as a people, we're gonna have to be willing to be more transparent, and we're gonna have to be willing to be real about our situation. If we're hurting financially, let's be willing to get educated, and let's be willing to take advantage of the resources that are made available to us. And I have sensed a lot of hesitancy in our community, and a lot of mistrust, because and understandably, because of the way things have panned out. But we now have to, I think a fool trusts everyone, and I think a fool trusts no one. You're gonna have to trust somebody. I'm not telling you to trust everybody, but there is somebody out there that is genuine, that has your best interests at heart. And I encourage you to connect with people like that, who are, financially educated, and who are licensed, and who have a good track record, and who do have your best interest in mind. And then let's be transparent. If we're hurting financially, let's be real about that. Because really the key to healing is revealing where you're at. We can't do better or get any better if we're not willing to be transparent about our current situation.
Right. And I know I see a lot of people that they put themselves in situations because they'll spend beyond their means, trying to keep up with the Joneses. I think social media that puts a weight on some people. They'll try to keep up with what's trending. So if you're in a financial hole, and let's say you're just you don't know what to do, how to come out of it, what are some steps that you can tell us that just going towards financial freedom?
Absolutely. So once again, we want to encourage to, number one, acknowledge your situation, where you're at, acknowledge the challenges that you're up against. But beyond that, we want you to seek help, and seek help from the right people. Okay. Because again, you can do this thing on your own, but that might not be the most efficient way to go about doing this, right? There are people that are licensed, that are educated to be able to coach you along the way, such as myself, to help you get to where you need to be. And so if you are struggling financially, number one, seek the education. But here are a few concepts that I do want to share with you, just to kind of get you started. Because part of what we're teaching through our financial literacy workshops, because we do offer financial literacy workshops, and we also do offer one-on-one consultations to really be able to dig deep into what your situation is. Everything that you share with me is confidential. Again, it's all about, figuring out how I can better assist you, how I can be of service to you, right? So that's where being transparent comes in. But just thinking about how you can build a strong financial foundation, there's really a few steps that we have to think about. I want to describe this thing kind of to you in layers. Okay. The first thing is make sure that you have proper protection in place. Most people are like, what in the world are you talking about, Danyell, when you say proper protection? Okay. So we're getting people back to the basics, right? We want to help you build a solid financial foundation. And one of the ways to do that is to make sure that there aren't any gaps or holes in your financial situation. So the first layer, if we're going to look at it, is making sure you have proper protection. That's making sure that you have all the necessary insurances in place. That's your life insurance, your health insurance, your auto insurance. If you're a homeowner, homeowner's insurance. If you're renting, renter's insurance. But then also an area that's highly neglected is, do you have any type of protection in place if you become critically or chronically or terminally ill? Most people don't want to talk about that. We've got to talk about it, because people are living longer. We're taking better care of ourselves. We've got medical technology and advances that are allowing for us to live longer. And so as people are living longer, guess what? There's an increased incidence and an increased likelihood that you could have some type of critical, chronic or terminal or long-term care illness. So making sure that you have something in place for that, okay? I'm in the business of not only educating people, but also helping them to know, what is the right amount and the right type when it comes to those insurances, okay? So that's the foundational level. The next thing is make sure, we know most people have some type of debt, but make sure we have some type of debt management plan in place, okay? Because you want to make sure that you are increasing your credit score. You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for the future. So let's talk about that. The next thing is making sure that you have an emergency fund. Okay, what is an emergency fund? Making sure that you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses that are set aside. Okay, that could be in your savings account, that could be in your checking account. This is over and above the money that you use to pay your bills, right? So you would need to, and you could get with me, I'll provide my information. We want to calculate exactly what your monthly expenses are. And then we want to systematically work out a plan on how you're going to work to get that 3 to 6 months of living expenses that are set aside only for an emergency. I always tell, some of my female clients needing to go get that pair of red bottoms from Neiman Marcus. That's not an emergency, okay? Your account's going to be bleeding, but so we're talking about real emergencies, like somehow you lost your job, you couldn't pay your rent, you needed to repair your vehicle. That's what I'm talking about when I say an emergency fund. Now you're like, Danyell, I can't get to the 3 or 6 months, maybe not today, but can you save your first 500, your first 1,000? And then we work up to getting 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside, okay? Once we've got our protection in place, we've got our debt management and our emergency fund, then we've got to make sure that we have the right amount and type of investments that will get you to financial freedom. So that kind of lays out just some of the basic concepts. Of course, we could go more in depth, but some of the basic concepts that you need to be thinking about on a daily basis, just to make sure that you are positioning yourself to be financially free.
I think that hit home with a lot of people that I know personally. When it comes down to your protection, the life insurance policy. I have one. My son got one. My wife got one. I think I got 2, and I think that's very important because nobody want to sell plates to bears, to take care of your funeral service.
Come on, and we are notorious for that.
We got it. We are. Go
in our community.
Stuff like, Lord have mercy, barbecue plates. No, nobody ain't trying to sell no plates, man, because it was very important. My mother-in-law passed away last year, and we saw it coming. But sorry, we wasn't really. Yeah, thank you. But mentally, we wasn't prepared, but we was getting ourselves ready. Long story short, we had to look into policies, or where would it be, or where would service be, buried, and this and that, and the third. And I found out those conversations are very uncomfortable, but they're very necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very necessary. I had to have an uncomfortable conversation with my mom after my mother-in-law passed, because it's going to happen. We all have a day. We just don't know when. So, yes, that's very important to have your life insurance policy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, people tell me they have life insurance, but just because you have life insurance doesn't mean you have proper protection. That's different. And so how are you going to know what that amount is? That's right. Holler at me, give me a call. I can do, whoever it tunes into this episode, if you're bold enough and brave enough, reach out to me and I will offer you a complimentary consultation where we can do a review of your life insurance or whatever other policies you have in place. Let's make sure you have the right amount and the right type. And let's make sure that your policies are going to meet your needs and reach your goals. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Danyell, 2 things. First and foremost, I didn't know we were going to have church this morning. You was preaching earlier, like you was. I was in there like, man, come on now, speak.
Woo!
Hey, speak to me. So, you hitting all major points, and it's beautiful that you're doing it. And what you're talking about, financial literacy and everything else, I'm taking it in the same way as I think it was Men's Health magazine. I was back in my very, very healthy days. Now, I will be getting back to that because I need to. Okay. And I also need to do this as well too. And what I was saying with the Men's Health magazine is that they were saying that with medical, when it's something medical, and you're going to your doctor, physician, getting a checkup, physical or whatever, you need to be open and honest, no matter how embarrassing it is, because what the doctor or whoever needs to know, that's how they can help you. Same thing with what you're preaching, what you're talking about. No matter how embarrassing it is, whatever it is, bring those things to the table and let's talk about it, because it's all to benefit and help you. You want to help the other person. So the other person has to come with open arms and like just let it all out. Let Danyell help you. So that's what I'm getting. And that's why I love that you're doing this. The honesty. That's what I love about that. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you. And yes, I'm one of those people that are genuine. I'm a law-abiding citizen, by the way. And I believe in doing what is in your best interest. So, as James mentioned, if you're willing to be transparent, if you're willing to take the Band-Aid off, however good your situation is, great. However bad your situation is, not a problem. Let's talk about it, because that's really how we get to the bottom of things. And that's really how we can help turn things around.
And so, are there, for the people out there, are there any upcoming events or anything you got going on, workshops, anything where they can get assistance for?
Absolutely. So, definitely, I make myself available to you and will provide the contact information where you can reach out to me, as soon as possible. I like to get to people while the information is fresh on their brain. But also did want to share for you that as a part of this National Financial Literacy Campaign, we are serious about educating people. And so we try to eliminate every barrier that we can. Every single week, we do offer free, as in you don't have to pay for it.
Free.
It's free 99.
Get people's attention. Free.
Free, right? And they are virtual. And they are online, so you don't even have to leave your house.
No excuse.
You can be in your pajamas.
Wow. Come on now.
Exactly.
Preaching, boy. Come on.
Let me tell you what we talk about.
Come
we
on
talk
now.
about how can we help you to increase your cash flow. Okay. Debt management. How can you build a strong financial foundation? How can you know what proper protection is for you? Because it's different for every person. Okay. Nobody's financial situation is identical to the next one, right? It's a very individualized situation. How can you build wealth? How can we help you prepare for retirement and wealth preservation? Okay, those are just some of the topics that we talk about, but we do offer these workshops every single week. We try to offer some of them in the afternoon. We try to offer some of them in the evening because we're aware that people are working professionals. You got your family. So we like to offer these workshops throughout the week. It's usually Monday through Friday. The best bet is to reach out to me so that I can know what your schedule is, and then I can help get you registered for the workshop that will be most conducive to your schedule. So yes, that we have those going on this month of April, but we will have those going on all year long because that is how serious we are about educating people financially. So reach out to me and I can provide you with the schedule, and we can see what works best for your schedule.
That's awesome. And we really do appreciate you coming on, Danyell. And I know people out there are like, this is not like our normal type of interview that we do, but it's the reason why we've had you on. So it is okay, but y'all want to go ahead and drop the announcement that we got something coming to you next month. We're gonna make a few changes on the show where there's so much information that's out there on financial literacy, and everybody needs help with that. So Danyell is actually going to be joining us on the Just Acting Up show on our Balancing Act segment to drop some of those financial tips for you all.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. I'm thrilled. Because as Chris mentioned, great is the need. I could only just touch on a few points this morning, but let's continue the conversation. Let's help you get well financially. Let's help you build wealth. Let's help you get to, financial freedom. And yeah, I'm privileged and honored to be a part of this team and to help educate you. I'm your partner in this. I'm with you on this, right? I believe that if you want to be financially free, you can. Now, does it take work? Yeah, it will. Does it take education? Absolutely. But together we can get you across the finish line.
Will it take you not going to the hookah bar on the weekend?
That's good. I like that.
As a kid, you've been like, Mom, I want some McDonald's. You got food at home. Now, as an adult, you're telling yourself that I got food at home.
It feel
Exactly.
like Danyell just did it feel like Danyell just did the most amazing commercial right there. She just listed that off, and it was beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
that was nice. I love that. That was dope. Like,
Well, I'm having fun. You all are so much fun. And
Thank
yeah, we want to make this thing doable.
Yeah.
A lot of times people, when you talk about money, they start getting anxious and blood pressure goes up. And
Yeah.
we want to make this fun, and we want to decrease your stress and your anxiety.
Right.
That's what we want to do. And we want you to be able to proclaim the promises of God over your life and leave that financial, that legacy of multi-generational wealth. And we want to show you how to do it. Right?
Exactly. Danyell, go ahead and tell everyone where we can reach you at on your social media.
Absolutely. Social media, you can reach me on Instagram at Danny Cole. I will spell that at DANICHOLE 1. And if it's okay, I can also provide my email and contact information. So a good email to reach me at is Davis, that's DAVIS _ Danyell, DANYELL at sbcglobal.net. And then my business line you can reach me on is 281-742-0557. Again, that's 281-742-0557. I'm Danyell. It's an honor. Let's do this thing. Let's create multi-generational wealth for you and your family.
Thank you so much. I know you're like a woman of many hats, but we just wanted to focus on the financial literacy because it was just very important. Danyell has been in music videos. Was it Focus? The film that you mentioned.
I'm sorry to say his name now because everybody's giving a hard time right now. But this was the old Will Smith.
Yeah. No. It's cool.
Who was? And I'm gonna brag on him, right? Because I was listening to TD Jakes the other day, right? And he said, so the minute you are a public figure, you mess up. Basically, we're all sinners, but you just sin publicly, and so now everybody got something to say. But if we each were to walk around with the video crew and they saw everything that we did on a daily basis, we would be in the same situation as Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
And so I am not giving him any excuse for that behavior. I think it's reprehensible. I think it's hard enough being Black in America, and we don't need celebrities representing that way. Forgive me, but Chris Rock had every right to end that man on that day. The minute you decide you're gonna step to someone and slap, you better know that can be met with I can end your life.
You can. He still can.
He could have done that. He could have pressed charges on him because I heard he had residual pain in his ear after the slap. So I mean, so I'm not excusing Will Smith in the least because to whom much is given, much is required. Will Smith, you got to represent for yourself, your family, for humanity, and he's got to do better. I know we're all sinners. I'm not here to judge him, but we're just thinking you've been giving that celebrity to not use it for evil. Why don't you use it for good? If you had an issue with Chris Rock, why couldn't you pull him to the side after the show on the break? There was a better way to handle that. Right. So I have to say that. I got to say that, and then I'll say this was in the good years. I got to be an extra on one of his movies. And let me say this. On the set, he represented so well. He was that's why this was
a shock.
This was doubly disappointing to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Will Smith when he's at his best. He was very humble. You could tell the celebrity hat was not on. His bodyguards were all around him telling him, okay, we'll just go ahead and escort you away. No, he took time to talk with us, shake hands. Impromptu, he started flowing and doing a couple of verses, rapping. I mean, everything they didn't want him to do, he was like, forget it. No, he was like, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being a part of this movie. The most humble, the most down-to-earth person that you could think to meet. And so fast forward all these years later to see this, that's why I was just so disappointed because I know that he can be better than that.
Right.
I've seen him be better than that.
The devil will try to attack you.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you're at your finest hour, that's what I think Denzel said. That's when the devil's going to come for you, And so that could have been one of the most, best moments of his life. And now it has to permanently be stained by that.
Yeah.
We got to think about our actions, and can we live with the consequence of our action a year from now, 5 years from now? And anger management, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I know we don't have church today when you came. See, Daniel, thank you.
Hey, I can't help myself with this being. We just went through Good Friday. I guess I got the word in me just looking at what Jesus went through. For someone who didn't deserve it, what he was willing to go through. I'm humbled and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude and appreciation. But like I said, to me, Will Smith's, public sin, it just kind of, I don't know. It kind of makes you look at your own life and say, okay,
you gotta clean some stuff up and watch what you do. Yeah.
Watch what you do. And you know what? The more God gives you, stay humble. Don't get arrogant.
Yeah.
Because I kind of sensed an arrogance in him when he was after he slapped Chris. Once he was leaving, it was like, do you know who I am? And I'm like, wait a minute.
That Will Smith.
That pride.
Thank you.
Oh goodness.
So I can't help it. I'm full of the word and just appreciation for Jesus and his sacrifice. And I guess y'all caught me on Resurrection Weekend. I can't help it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I just really appreciate you. I really thank you for all the wisdom and the free game that you're giving. I mean, actually free game. So I appreciate it.
I'm not an information hoarder. Once information is given to me, I'm not going to keep it to myself. Whoever wants to hear it, I'm willing to share it.
Absolutely.
So thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart. And I just pray over our partnership and, wish you all continued success in your individual lives and collectively as we're working on this Just Acting Up podcast. And thank y'all for giving me this opportunity. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. It's that time once again to get that trophy to who been just acting up. But I'm sorry, I'm just trying. I try stuff sometimes. But Chris, go ahead, brother.
All right. So Flagler County, Florida. Central Florida man was arrested after police say he impersonated a law enforcement officer. You know why? In order to try and get a discount at Wendy's.
Oh, hell no.
Jesse David Stover is facing a charge of falsely impersonating an officer, according to the Danyell Police Department. The agency says the officers arrived at the Wendy's on Commerce Parkway about a report of a suspicious activity. Police spoke with Stover employees and a customer. During the investigation, they said that Stover had asked for a law enforcement discount for his food. Stover was then asked to provide his law enforcement identification, at which time he quickly flashed a gold-colored badge to the Wendy's staff and then demanded a discount again. When the request was denied, an argument ensued, the police department said. Police said that Stover then reportedly told employees that he was not a police officer, but worked for the DEA as an undercover agent. Stover had reportedly been demanding and getting this discount at the restaurant for over 2 years.
Oh, hell no.
And so, yeah, I don't know. I guess you can say he really, he was loving it. Yeah. Let's crack the jokes today. Better yet, let's do this as a group. Because there's so many other things he could have did as impersonating the cop, especially since he got away with it for 2 years. It had to be somewhat convincing. What else could he have gotten a discount for? Maybe ride the toll road for free.
Oh, they would have got you.
No, they would have got you. Yeah, trust me, they would have got you.
They would have got him.
They would have got you. No.
Oh, they would have got him.
They would have got him bad.
They would have got you, man. Why? And Wendy's have their moments where they do, buy a cup of coffee and get a sandwich for free, or buy a sandwich and get a coffee for free. They give discount. I'm speaking from a fat person's perspective. I'm not trying to spread, hey man, Wendy's, you want to sponsor us, that's what's up. Y'all maple bacon chicken sandwich was hitting, man. So besides all that, you're an idiot, sir. He's stupid. You complete. How much you get fined for impersonating the cop?
I don't know. You know what you was about to just say just now? You said you're.
What?
I think you gonna say you're a crackhead, sir. Look,
Well, he is.
Pretty
I
much.
can smell it on you.
I smell it on you. Absolutely. Chris Jokes, what's up?
I gave my. I thought I gave my one joke today. I said I thought he was about that loving it, but then
That's
Let me
when
see.
that's not Wendy's. I mean that's McDonald's.
That's McDonald's. That's Mac.
That's McDonald's.
That's McDonald's.
That's McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Battle against the police.
Well, I guess it was, you know what, he been doing it for 2 years. So the only reason he got caught was probably because it was just windy outside.
I hate that egg. I hate that egg. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's the show, everybody.
All right. That's it. Yeah.
I'm trying to see how much does it cost for in person? Let me see. Hey Google, how much does it cost? How much is it? Hold on, I'm fucking up today, right
Now
now.
you say how much it costs.
I'm about to say how much it costs. How much do you get fined for impersonating a police officer?
According to Raleigh bail bonds, that's quite a lengthy amount of time. The individual in question might also have to face a penalty which could be as high as $2,000.
$2,000?
$2,000.
I like how she said that's quite a penalty. like she tried.
You can tell Siri. You can tell Google or Siri, whoever, she white. You say, that's quite a penalty.
It's like,
why would you want to do some shit like that?
That's basically what she want to say. Like it's questioning. Are you sure you want to do this,
bro? Only people would ask like, so Siri, how much time would I get for a murder? Well,
dude.
According to, that's quite a penalty.
If the Google or if the Siri
it's quite a
start
penalty.
off like that.
Yeah,
like
pretty much out of there, my boy.
Like it's making you think about, do you really want to do this? All right, we're about to get into the bouncing act. We're gonna talk about some mental health. So I want y'all to stay locked into Just Acting Up Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to talk about some mental health. We haven't spoken on that in a while, quite some time. There's been some things that's been happening over the past few weeks, and with everything. We want to talk about mental health. I know I used to pull up articles and we talk about mental health and talk about reaching out to individuals, and there are hotlines out there where you can call people and for free and just talk to them about your situations, your problems. And getting closer and closer to the summertime, I don't know what it is. Everybody want to chill out, pun intended, when it's cold outside. Some people do, or a little bit do extra stuff when it is freezing outside. Sit down somewhere. But I want y'all to sit down somewhere, because when it gets hot outside, that's when people really want to show up and show out. Like, seriously, people want to show up and show out. And this is a message from the Just Acting Up Show. Before the summer kicks off, please think about your actions before you react. Get some help. Michael Jordan said it. Get some help. Y'all know what I mean. Yes, go to church. Pray.
Get some Lord on it.
Go to the right family.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't a couple of things to touch on. I mean, like, everyone's gonna be out and free. It's the summertime, and just make these good decisions before you get behind the wheel. If you're drinking, you gotta pay attention. There's two horror stories that I heard, which we all know about, the one with Dwayne Haskins that happened. Just like that, man, just You know, hey, I'll be right back. He could probably told someone and he never came back. That happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does. It happens. So yeah, you gotta don't and then also too, don't let something that's so temporary be your life. Like it's gonna take you away from your family for the rest of your life over that one little action. So
Like you said, you live and die by your decisions. So make better decisions. Think about it. Is it really worth getting angry over doing all? Well, is this really worth?
yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I know
it's
some
not
people,
worth it.
especially in the states. A lot of more states are. I think Georgia just signed a law into just open carry. I was one of the states, where they're easing up on these gun laws now. So that especially when you get angry, people so quick to shoot. Think about what you're doing. Is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please relax, chill out, enjoy the summertime, barbecue, have a pool party, just have a good time and relax, man.
Yeah, and don't put yourself in any positions where you run out in somebody's football field and get shot, and then they make a post about it the next day. So I'm just saying, people got to think before they got to.
Yeah, straight up. So
Yeah.
this is Just Acting Up Show. This is our TED Talk. Sit down somewhere. We can do something.
Sit down somewhere and watch some cartoons or something.
Something.
Right. Matter of fact, put that energy into a passion.
Hey,
something you like.
We found something.
That's right. It's just something about when people got free time. They either go left or right.
Mm-hmm. Clap it in. Man, another great show on the books, man. Thank you again, Danyell, for coming through and spreading your knowledge and expertise in your field of getting your money right. Y'all need to hit her up. Like I said, summer is coming up, man, and y'all want to be out there having your hot girl summer, hot boy summer, and y'all bank account gonna be looking like sad. You ever victims inside of your pockets and pulled it out, and the pockets are empty, look like Sad Rabbit is? Go on down to Danyell, get at your financial security, man. Don't do that, man. So,
look forward to seeing those tips she's gonna drop on them gems. She's gonna be dropping on us, doing the balancing act. Next month. So
absolutely.
Yes, well needed. So, with that being said, Chris, go ahead and take us out, brother.
All right. Well, since we talked about decisions and just thinking about what you're doing. Now, life ain't always gonna be easy. So I think this quote is perfect. Don't wait for things to get easier, simpler, or better. Life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy right now. Otherwise, you'll run out of time. Take that with you.
Take that.
Agree. And my advice today for all of the men out there, please be careful about what you say about these women. Cam Newton fell victim of that last week, and they've been on his ass.
He chose violence, and he made his life.
Down somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, and then what was so crazy was Wino and Gilly was looking like, because they know better.
All I can see was that Gary Payton name just
So, man, be careful about what you say.
Yeah. And stop putting your personal business out there. Talking about Mano.
Yeah.
And well, we ain't that's it.
That's a whole other story. Men, we it's over.
Stop sharing your personal business out there.